My role was to be somebody who cannot speak very well, and I had to stick to my character. So I had to say, "Hi, my name is Jose." It just it didn't work. A few weeks later, I went into a training on public speaking, and so did she. So I saw her seat was empty. I went directly for her seat, sat right next to her.
From then on, then we, for some reason, I guess fate, we saw each other more often, and we were in a workshop, and that's how things began.
I opened up, just like, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do. I even show the crowd how I can clap with one hand. That's how I clap with one hand. And I found out later that she thought that was kind of weird. A few days after that, they wanted everybody to bring a present for the class. So I brought a bunch of little stuffed animals, and one was a stuffed gorilla that sung a love song, and I gave that one specifically to her. She was wondering if I did that on purpose, because she liked me also. The last day we said our goodbyes, everybody in the training room was leaving. She was in one corner of the elevator, I was in another corner of the elevator, and we were just staring at the wall. If I don't do this now, I'm going to kick myself. I walked right up to her, and I introduced myself again, and I said hi, and we talked for a little while, and I asked her out on a date.
After that first date, then that's when things sort of just flowed naturally.
8 months later, that I got ready to ask her to marry me. I got to her mom's house. My mouth was dry, and I said, well, actually, I'm here specifically because I want to ask for Jessi's hand in marriage.
He was on an annual meeting, and I flew up there to San Francisco to meet up with him.
I invited Jessi to come with me to San Francisco. She came down maybe 5 days later. During the 5 days that I was there first, I basically looked all over the city for the best spot to ask her to marry me.
He's a really beautiful and kind person.
And I went to several restaurants. I went to the Golden Gate Bridge. I went to all these areas of the city, and I found 3 areas, kind of the, first, second, and third, depending on where we were, how she was feeling, and everything. And I also found a place in the hotel. We were staying at a very historic, oldest hotel in San Francisco. Jessi came in. She was cold and she was tired and her feet were hurting, so that canceled all 3 of my places and left with the hotel. So so at that point I said, okay, I have to figure out how to get her to a really nice spot in the hotel to ask her to marry me.
And we had dinner, and then afterwards we walked around this very antique, very old hotel in San Francisco, and he took me to a balcony.
There was this balcony overlooking the grand piano, and there was really not many people there. It was just kind of this big, beautiful area. And I said, Jess, you know what? Let me show you a tour of the hotel. This is your first night here. So we walk up the stairs, go up to the balcony, and Jessi's like, great, this is beautiful, da-da-da. She's kind of getting ready to go back into the room to get her sweater, and I give her a big hug, and I'm holding her because she's kind of ready to go. And I'm nervous. I'm trying to rehearse my lines because I already rehearsed my lines. I'm holding her so tight.
It's very hard to find someone who is perfect for you. That person may be imperfect, but you know, he's perfect for you, and I can't wait to be his wife.
And she's trying to well, she's kind of wondering at that point, kind of, why aren't I walking?
For a moment, he just hugged me, you know, for more than a few seconds, and then he said,
I asked my brothers, and they said yes. I asked my parents, and they said yes. I asked your sisters, and they said yes. And then I finally asked your mom, and she said yes also. And at that point, she kind of froze, and I said, and now I'm asking you, and I took out the ring, and I got it down one knee, and I barely got it out. I said, will you marry me? I barely got it out. And
entonces son los papás de José. Y ustedes saben que ellos cumplen 34 años de unión matrimonial. Queridos hermanos, estamos aquí junto al altar para que Dios garantice con su gracia su voluntad de contraer matrimonio ante el ministro de la Iglesia y la comunidad cristiana reunida. Cristo bendice copiosamente su amor conyugal y Él, que les consagró un día con el santo bautismo, le enriquece hoy y les da fuerza con un sacramento peculiar para que se guarden mutua y perpetua fidelidad y puedan cumplir con su misión de casados. Por tanto, ante esta asamblea les pregunto su intención.
Jessi y José, are you coming before the church and these witnesses to promise each other and freely and all using all your senses to come to become united in holy matrimony? In holy matrimony? If that's correct, says yes, we come freely.
Yes, we come freely.
Are you decided to love each other, to mutual respect, to follow the proper lifestyle of a couple during the whole life? There's a Z. Please say yes, we are decided.
Yes, we have decided.
Are you